So, welcome back. In today's video, I'm gonna be attempting to make this one right here. I'll insert the picture. This ball labyrinth. I'm gonna make it from two-sided, so two kids can play it at the same time. And for that, we're gonna be using some. This is not scrap wood, but we can still use scrap wood. I was planning to use some lumber, but it's way too damaged and way too warped to use it. And two plates of plywood, but you can use one plywood if you're going to make it from one side. It's up to you. And let's begin by ripping this post in my dimensions, but you can use your own dimensions, whatever you need. And enough yapping, let's get to it so I can finish the project and the video today. So while I was cutting up the legs for the support legs for this ball labyrinth, I decided that I'm gonna make like a frame so I can put in the labyrinth itself, put it in and change it out whenever I need it, just in case it gets damaged, so I can remove it, put it in, and I don't have to rebuild the legs. Here you can see me using my big boy brain and trying to explain what I'm doing, but basically I'm cutting out the corners for the top and bottom piece. So the plywood just sits inside and I can change it out easily. And here I'm trying to explain that for the side pieces, I'm gonna remove the material with the router. Now we have here the top part and the bottom part where the plywood is gonna sit in. And here you can see me taking out those notches with the router. Like I said, for the first one had some struggles, but managed to get it and understand how to do for the rest of them. Quick little tip, make sure you do one to the right and one to the left, so you don't make the same mistake I almost did. And now it's time to measure out and cut the top piece and the bottom piece. And once you have done all four legs and two pairs for two top pieces and two bottom pieces, measure out where you're going to put in the screws so the whole frame holds together. And you can do this with the drill press or with the drill. Now all the holes are drilled and it's time to assemble the thing. And make sure that the holes you drilled went all the way through your pieces, because mine didn't, and I heard the wood crack and I had to re-drill all the holes again, so the screw goes all the way through and just pulls in the top piece and the bottom piece. So just watch out from that, so you don't have to redo it and rebuild it. Now the frame is assembled, and as I knew already saw before, over here you can see I need to do some extra trim work in these corners. The bottom parts are okay, but the top parts, they're a little bit off. And don't forget to cut your corners to 90 degrees, because from the router they are a little bit rounded. And here I put in the plywood to check how it fits and manage to mark how much I need to take off from the sides and the top part. And this is where you double check all your measurements, because here I made a mistake and I had to redo everything by a couple of millimeters. And of course, for the new parts that I redo, I had to cut out the inner corners as well, because they were also rounded from the router, and I need them 19 degrees. Drum roll, please. And what's wrong? And it is in. I will need just to adjust it so it's precisely in the middle. And screw it from the back and drill all the holes. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Now it's time to fix that mistake and put the second one together. So I did put the second frame together as well, and this corner where I did fix it, I just cut it off with a chisel, so you don't have to look the same stuff twice, so I can keep these videos as short as possible. And now it's time to find sander. Here it is. And it's time to do some light sanding. I found the sander, but all the sanding discs are right behind the first wall. So I'm gonna quickly do the forgot how to speak. Do light sanding on all sides, and then I'm just gonna spray paint it black. Now it's time to clean the frames up from all the dust and spray paint them. So now while the paint is drying, I can begin building the labyrinth itself. And that is actually quite easy. You set up approximately midpoint where it's going to begin, and then just draw the line. What's the road going to be there? And the path I keep untouched, but all the rest of the parts I begin by drilling out. And I really hope everything will go as I intend, because if not, I'm gonna be pretty mad. Now I'm gonna look for the hole saws. I did buy an absolutely new set for this, and I really hope they're good and they're not complete garbage. But usually when they come in sets like this, nothing good. But at least I need just for this freaking project. This is 3" and this is 2.5". So they should hopefully be okay-ish. Let's begin this drilling nightmare. And don't forget to clamp down your wood piece, so it's much easier to work. It's gonna be okay. So I did finish drilling all the holes. I did draw a couple of them, but I don't need them there. Now it's time for some light sanding to remove the pencil marks and all the small splinters. And here comes the second plate. And for this first plate, the raw wood that is doable went right. This one I'm gonna do to the left. Then I'm going to do a little bit more challenging. Yeah, as challenging as it can be. Something like this. Here's going to be start. And here is going to be finish. Something like this. Hope you can see. Not, I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer. Quick one more thing. Yesterday I thought, wow, why I didn't do that? And the official path, I'm gonna draw like around 30-40 millimeters, almost 2-inch road fully like this, so I don't touch this part with the drill. Okay, maybe not 1.5 inch, something like that. And yeah, on this. And I don't want to hear anything about my drawing skills. Like a perfect third grader. So the second plate is done. Now I'm starting to think what to do with the finish. How should I make that one? So when the kid reaches the finish. And that is the same problem for the second plate as well. Yeah, need to figure that out. Well, I'm done with the cutting the holes, drilling the holes, call it as you like. Now it's time to sand off all the pencil marks and all the splinters. And to make all the corners a little bit lighter, I'm gonna go over with the rounder over a bit for all of them and for both sides. Okay, now I need to set up so I can spray paint both of them with some clear coat. So I did put on the first coat of clear coat, but I'm gonna give it the both Labyrinth plates a sponge sanding and put on one more coat on the front. So now, while the clear coat is drying, I am going to assemble the frames for all of this. So, sorry about that, but I already screwed in the both labyrinth walls because I didn't saw that my phone died. So yeah, they're both in. Now I'm just gonna put in here and here a hook for the ropes. So let's get to it and finally finish this project. So since I don't have too much time and I spent on this labyrinth wall way too much time that I planned, while the phone was charging, I already prepared some packing strips for here for support legs so it doesn't fall open, and of course the stapler, and for the hooks for the ropes. As it turns out, I grabbed the wrong ones. I only have two, so we're gonna do one side and prepare everything for the other side, and once I go to the shop and buy new hooks, then I will only need to install them. So yeah, let's quickly install the hooks. Those we're gonna just eyeball here right into the middle. And here's the second one. And now I'm gonna attach to the legs these lower supports, so whenever I open up this wall labyrinth, it doesn't fall apart. So this is how it's gonna hold. On the top it's gonna be held down by hinges, and on the bottom it's gonna be held down by these cloth strips. So now we just need to make a new carrier, because from the old project it was too light, so I'm gonna use some oak. And for that, I had this piece laying around the workshop. I'm just gonna cut off a square and go from there. The same, this kind of shape like in the first project, like a triangle with a cut off top, but like this. And because I'm gonna use this material, it's much thicker, the ball is gonna hold in much better, and it's gonna be heavier, and the ropes are gonna be, I don't know the word for it, like under pressure all the time. So yeah, let's cut off this. Let's basically make out two triangles. And actually I think I can do it by simply taking this piece and cutting it in the half. Nice. You didn't see anything, but I did cut out two pieces. I'm gonna cut off tops here so I can basically remake the same shape. Here's both of them. Now I'll just need to do a round over. Nice. I'm so tired already. I was like pretty sure that I was recording, but I didn't press to record again. Oh, damn it. But okay, I did do the round bit. Now I need to sand off all these burn marks. So let's do that and double check if I did turn on the camera. So let's double check if the camera is on. Now let's get to sanding. So I'm done with the sanding. Now it's time to, oh, here's the old one. So I can drill the center hole for the ball itself, and then I'm gonna drill two extra holes here for the rope. This hole size, it depends from your ball size, and this hole also depends from your rope size. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm gonna move over to the drill press. And for easier way to get your rope through, two options. Either burn it with some fire, or like I'm gonna do it with some duct tape, and then simply just push it through. Here you have it. But I will quickly go around with the rounder bit here and here. So here it is. Everything looks good. Need to sand off the pencil marks. Better to do that before you install the rope. Here you have it. It's finally done. It took, instead of 1 day, it took 2 full days. But it's mostly because it's my own fault. And now let's test it out. And the carrier of the ball is heavy enough that it keeps the balls the ropes under tension, and I can move it around everywhere I need it. Whoop. And I already lost. Can I save it? Nope. So yeah, here you have it. This is gonna be one of the projects that's gonna come all the time with me whenever I go and do the same thing that I did last year with the kids with the ships. And this year I went also to make for an event where we build the ships with the kids. I don't know how this video is gonna turn out in the end, but thanks everyone for watching. I know this is gonna be a really long one, and everyone who hold it out till the end, thank you. See you in the next one.